All right, good afternoon. The Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center and Legal Department for Commerce and Employers. Helping me solution aligned from Ikeja added and the branch have a salary payment issue reported by five employees, Samuel, Dara, Adijat.Theresa, and Joy against their employer, Mr. Ezeh Samantha or Mrs. Mrs. Okay, join us as we interview the complainant and also contact the defendant for peaceful resolution. And subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page on Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center. Please do visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ag. Thank you. We don't have. What did you ask? Start from you. What is your complaint?
My complaint is that we were working for her, so she arrested me and detained me for what I know nothing about.
What do you mean?
She accused me of
No,
stealing.
the
Sorry.
chair is for you. The table is not for you.
She,
Bye. Speak loud.
she accused me of stealing, which I did not steal.
How long did you work there?
I
Give
work,
full details of your name, who you are working, company you are working, how long you are working, what transpired. Don't just say she accused me. I know who you are talking about.
my name is Dara. I work at London by Sami at Badore Aja, Greenville Estates. I worked for her for 5 months. So it all started when she refused to pay us. Then she paid us the first salary, but she did not pay finish. So the workers, our employees were not like they can't take it anymore. So they left with some tools. So me resuming at work the third day, she was not like I knew about them leaving that they took her tools with them. So she now went to the police station and came back with two officers. She came to arrest me for what I knew nothing about her. She detained me for what I knew nothing about. She said, except I fish those that pack her tools, that was when she's going to leave me alone. Before she now arrested Samuel again, that she is the one that is giving them information.
What kind of tools? What did you do?
We
What are
are
the job
doing
description? What did they give you?
stylist, wig making, closure making, frontal installation. That's what she's doing.
Uh-huh. So what are her tools that they packed you with?
Wig stand, straightener, hot iron, and blow dryer.
And who packed them?
Then T and Teresa and DJ.
Teresa and Lydia.
Yes.
But you were told before they left. They informed you because all of you were complaining about salary.
They did not, they no, I know they were leaving, but then they did not tell me the actual day they are going.
Huh?
They did not tell me the actual day they are going. So when I now resumed at work that fateful day, that was when my boss was now telling me my gang has left. I should also pack my stuff and leave. I was not like I knew nothing about what was happening. So them going does not mean I also want to go. They chose to go. I pleaded. I apologized that she now asked me to stay. I had to stay that day before she now went the third day to the police station to go and report that I was conspiring with them,
Mhm.
with those that left. That was why she arrested me.
Yes, because they told you that they were leaving.
Yes,
Did you tell them that? Did you tell your employer that your colleagues were planning to leave?
I did not tell her. She was planning to sack them that fateful Saturday.
How did you know that she was planning to sack
It
them?
was one of us that told them before they now told me that Miss Sammy is planning to sack you people, this and that. Oh. But that day they worked overnight, that fateful day. So that fateful Saturday, she was planning to sack them. So she was not like let her hold on first. Before then,
How do you know they were planning? Were you informed?
it was someone that told me that
Who was the person that told
David.
you?
It was David.
Where is the David?
David, she's still working there.
The David told you
Yes.
that your madam want to sack these four
You
people.
want to start Adijat,
Uh-huh.
and Theresa.
Uh,
Mr. Mili wanted to sack them.
okay. So at the end, what that happened?
She arrested me. That I know everything that is happening, this and that, and she refused to pay us our salary,
How much is the salary? How many months salary?
2 months salary,
How much is your salary?
88,000 naira.
How much were you paid?
We work based on commission. Is whatever you work that you will be paid.
Eh?
It's based on commission.
So how did your salary amount to 88,000? How were you calculating the commission?
And we are making closure. So at times it's based on the work you did. Maybe the frontal is
Hmm?
they have various prices for it.
Yeah, that's you expatiate it now. You explain it. Because before you are claiming 88,000, you should be able to explain why they arrived.
Yeah,
You arrive at 88,000.
yeah, I have the list with me.
How are you calculating it? That is the question I asked first.
I'm writing it down. That's all.
How?
Like she always asks us to write the work we are doing down. So after we write it down now.
Like for instance, closure. This is the amount I do. Those are what I want to hear from you.
Okay, 2x4 now. Like she's collecting maybe let me just say 10K for 2x4 that she will collect it from customer.
Yes.
So when she's going to pay us, she will pay us like 2,000 naira for the commission. So
For
that
sewing it.
for making it. So that's how we calculated our money.
And how many months?
2 months.
And you've worked there 5 months.
Yes.
And she has been paying you for 3 months.
Yes.
She has paid you for 3 months.
Just once.
Not monthly.
She said you've worked there for 5 months.
She only paid
And she's owing you 2 months.
salary.
I don't want a collective answer. I'm not
Yes.
asking you.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
I started working for her this year, February 22. Then she paid me May. After that May, she has not paid us. Before
Talk
this,
about yourself because when you employed the same day.
no. Okay, after that May, she has not paid me till all this incident happened.
You said she's owing you 2 months.
Yes.
And you have worked there for 5 months.
Yes.
Meaning she has paid you 3 months.
No, she only paid me for February, March, April. Before she now,
February, March, April is how many months?
I work for February 22.
February, March, April is how many months?
3 months.
Did she pay you or not?
She paid me.
So why are you confusing yourself?
I'm not confused. It was May she paid me. The work I worked for her February, March, April. For that 3 months, she paid me May. So the work I worked May, June, the incident happened July 7. She has not paid me that money.
What is different from what I'm saying? You are still confused. Because it's a straight question I asked you. How long have you worked? You say 5 months.
Yes.
How much is due? You say 2 months. Meaning she have already paid you 3 months.
Yes.
As simple as that. So yeah, you.
My name is Adijat. I work at the same company. I've been working for. I started working for her last year October. I worked for her for 10 months. So she's fond of owing salary. She does not pay, and we are always working. So when we moved from our old location to a new place, we were staying at Adoro before. Then we moved to Badwere. She didn't pay me. She didn't pay us January. She was doing us 3 months salary. She was doing me 3 months salary. Even if we wanted to rent a new house, she was like she's not going to pay until she gets a new place. So you should bear with her. So when we eventually got the house around April. She paid me for the first 3 months. Then I worked for another 3 months. We discovered that some customers' heads are missing. And she was like, she's not going to pay anybody until we sort out the issue. That she's going to deduct from everybody's money to pay back this customer, that she will not suffer for it. Because she keeps the hair in a store that is nowhere secured. Anybody can go inside, and she has close to 30 workers. So when during Eid period, I wanted to go home because I wanted to go home. And I went to meet her that I need some money. Can she pay me if part payment, if not for everything, because of everything that is going on? And she was like, she still need to calculate my money. I also work based on commission. I'm a wig maker and a wig stylist. One one wig making is 5,000. She's going to pay me 1,000. Styling is 4,000. She's going to pay me 500. My own commission of styling is 500. So she's going to pay me 500. So when during each period, when I went to meet her that I want to go home and I needed some money to take home, she was like, she can't pay me now. That I know the issue that is going on. So she still needs to calculate my money before she can pay me. That I should please calm down. I said, okay. So the next morning when we were doing prayer, she now made a statement that any animal should not come and ask her for any money, that she's not going to pay anybody. And if you are not convenient with the decision she has made, you can pack your bags and leave.
Afternoon, Magdalene. How are you doing? Right.
You can pack your bags and leave. So I made up my mind that afternoon, that day, on Saturday. I think I'm going to stop working for this woman on Sunday because it seems she's not willing to change because my money with her is 63,000, and you are telling me that if most of all our workers are up to 30K, that if you deduct 2020 at least 20,000 from 30, almost 30 workers, that is not enough to pay for 3 weeks, which is not possible. If you deduct 25,000 out of almost 38 people, that's 700K. So yeah, she was not like, I now made up my mind. I'm going to stop working on Sunday. Um, whenever you want to start work, she's going to buy you tools that you work with, and the agreement will be that she'll be deducting the money from your monthly salary to pay back the tools in installments. So when I went to stop work, and she's still owing me. I took the tools that I work with her, one wig stand, one out iron and a mannequin head, and I left on Saturday with one of my colleagues. On Sunday with one of my colleagues.
Did you
So
tell her you were leaving?
no, I didn't tell her. So on that Sunday while we were leaving, there are still some workers around. They now called her that no, that they were not like, what are you guys doing? Have you told me something? Like, we are calling her immediately as you are leaving. So as you are going, when this air issue, the first issue that happened, that the air got missing, she searched everybody bags and boxes to make sure that nobody stole the air, to see if there is the culprit is in the office there, but she did not find anything. That's when she come up the decision that we are all going to pay for the air zone. So when I left that Sunday, those
Who
girls
did
called us.
the hair?
The customer has six airs. I styled five. One of my friends also styled one.
The one that was missing. Who among you did the hair?
It was how many? I don't know. I can't remember. It's like 3 years that were missing now. I did two. One of my colleagues did 1 years.
Go ahead. So
So
the one you did, two were missing.
yes,
And the one your colleague also did, one
one
is
was
missing.
missing.
And it still is among the people that they are made here that is missing. It's saying you to put that said you are leaving.
Man, the airs are not always with us. Immediately we are done styling those airs, we pack them and give it to her. Then she puts it in the store. But the store is not secured. And she has over 30 workers, which means anybody can go in and come in without us getting anything. So when I left, she called, she sent a text message that how can we leave without telling her blah blah blah, that she's going to get us arrested for stealing those three blah hope that she trusts that those three and she believed that we won't. I can't really remember. I still have the voice note on my phone. So I we left Sham on Monday. I think when she got to the office, she now called me that what about the tools I took, blah blah. And I told her that we both had an agreement that if I'm leaving, I'm going to pack these tools. Like as long as my money is with you, my money with you covers times 4 of those tools. So you even have nothing to lose. I've left the money with you. I just took 3 of my work tools. So after like it was that same week I heard that she arrested Dara and Samuel simply because we were friends, and she was accusing them that they definitely knew about us leaving and everything. That so the only reason why she's going to leave them is if we return the tools. So Teresa first returned her tools, but me I could not because the tools were not with me. I had sent it home, and as I was already working for someone else at Aja. So recently, was it last month or so, she now connived with one of my former colleague to come and get me arrested at my new workplace. When I was arrested and I was taken to the police station, the police I was taken to Langbasa police station at after Badure. They were like, the first mistake I made was like, how could I leave without telling her? And I said, I've worked for this man for 10 months. Most of our workers always have issues for them to leave. No, she does not have a stable worker. She changed workers every month.
And because people are not so good,
No, ma.
how can you justify doing it? Go ahead.
Because okay, so when she only have issues of paying salary, and it's not possible for us to continue working without you paying us. So when I was now arrested, I was detained for 4 days before I was billed. So I was forced. She now came up with a new list that the items missing are up to 10, not 3 again. That so there is the item missing. When she calculated this, everything is 1.5 million. That is the 3 of us that left last that is going to bear the cost. And I was like, it's not possible. I did not steal, and I've returned the tools that you asked me. How can you accuse me of stealing eggs? I've worked for you. I am one of your oldest staff. Anytime when we were still working staying at the road, you have never caught any issue of stealing, had never happened. Why is it that it is now that we moved into this new place and you hired more people who have access to your store where you keep air, that stuff started getting missing? Why would you accuse me? So I was forced. She shall insisted that it's a lie, that I was the one that we were the one that steals those stuff, blah blah blah. So I was detained for 4 days, and they were threatening me that they were going to charge me to court for those stuff. And I kept saying I did not take airs. So I was forced to write an undertaking that I will be paying 50,000 every month for 6 months. When she said money is 1.5 million, she now shared it into four. Three of me and two of my colleagues with her, because she was saying that she has to pay out of it. That means each one of us will pay 375,000. But I was the only one that was caught at that time. So I was forced to write and undertake it. I'll pay 50k monthly, something that is not even possible, because she can also testify to it that when I was working to her, she has never paid me 50,000 monthly for her salary. But they were like, if I don't pay up, I'll be taken to court and I'll go to jail. So I wrote the undertaking. That was like a month ago. So last week, it was my new boss that stands for me as the short tape. They started calling that it's due for me to pay the first 50k, blah blah blah. And she started harassing my new boss with calls that they promised they are going to. So I struggled, search for 50,000, sent to them for the first money. So on Friday, Dara called me that there is this girl that came to arrest her with me. She's like a PA. She's also a digital marketer at that time. She now called Samuel that she's looking for a deed down. That what happened is that she's very sorry that she got that it was Miss Sammy, our boss, that have been stealing those eggs to go and sell and make new closure for customers. That the eggs that she's accusing me of stealing, she told them to go and hide it behind the wardrobe when the customers came.
Who said that?
Doris.
Where is Doris?
She's not here.
And you have to call with her.
She's currently at Ibadan, but she came from Ibadan.
You people will gather money and send to Doris to come to Lagos. How much is Ibadan from here? You think it's a small case you are talking about?
Yes.
For police to compare you to write undertaking under pressure.
Yes.
And they are asking her to be paid 50,000 of work or
Yes,
something. Pay her, let her come. Go ahead.
So Dari started saying that she's so sorry that it is Miss Sammy that has been stealing those customers' eggs
Who
to
is Sammy?
our boss.
Okay.
That she's the one that has been selling those eggs out. That she knew about it. I still have the voice note and the chat. So I searched for her. She sent me a number and me and her chatted. That she's very sorry that when the customers came to look for her egg, that Miss Sammy went to. I told them to go and hide the eggs behind our wardrobe. And we have this rule that we have a book like an inventory. Any egg that comes in, you write it down. Whenever the air is leaving the office, we marked it picked. That means that she called them inside, asked them to hide those eggs behind our wardrobe, and she started ticking those inventory, picked herself. That because the debt on her neck is too much, that's why she accused us of stealing those eggs that I have to be the one to pay it back. Meanwhile, the air is with her, and the girl that some are still with her, and she's still selling it. Now, the girl also stopped working for her last week, this last week Wednesday. That was when she started calling. That she's so sorry, Miss Sammy is a bad person. That she it was when she wanted to collect her salary. That she when she was now trying to tell her that how could she do something like that, that Miss Sammy that she's very sorry that she has to do it because the debt on her head. And not only that, even after we stopped working, I heard that some of the workers has ran away. Ma, I can call ever since I said I worked for her for 10 months. Like most of my 5 of my colleagues have come and left. She's always having issues with paying salaries. Is either when she sees that you're disturbing her for anything, for money too much, she will tell you, she will find a fault in you there and send you back in that. She will calculate your money later and send to you, which she would never send. Last year December, I worked during festive season. There's always work for us. I worked for 1 month. My commission was 46,000. She paid us half. She paid half, like with the excuse that the customer did not come and collect the eggs, and she does not have how she's going to pay the money. That she will pay us. That she's going to pay me the following year. Two of my colleagues asked to stop working. They didn't resume back. Chineye and Esther, till date, their money is still with them. Chidima, the same thing. Mary, Favor. Yes, ma. So what I'm trying to say is that she doesn't have issues of paying. She does not pay. Whenever you meet her, that ma, I want to see, she'll be telling you, oh, there's no financial problem. She does not have money. She's looking for money for her job. She does not have money for salary now. She's money for her job that she's looking for. So now, what me I want now is that because when I left my money with her. I don't want because I know she won't pay. But what me I'm trying to fight for is the money I'm paying that I know nothing about.
You have your IPO number.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
ma'am. You give us the IPO number.
Yes.
Is it the IPO you paid the 50,000?
Yes, ma'am. So the account number I paid the 50,000 to.
Which person's account number?
The IPO number. Good. The account number.
Okay. Go ahead.
So now, and I've talked, even because she's not here, she was like, even though they need our attention, we have our voice.
When you were locked at the police station for 4 days, where were you taking your bath?
Where
were you bathing?
So we were not allowed to, nobody was allowed to see us. In fact, it was with God's grace I was able to get in touch with my family. I was inside the cell there.
They locked you at Badore police station?
Yes, Langbasa
police station?
Yes, ma'am.
For 4 days?
Yes.
Without dating?
There's a bedroom inside, but it is not healthy for me to use, so I didn't even bother.
Go ahead.
And that's all I have to say.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Salami Samuel Khalid. Presently now, I work as a loctician, and before I used to work with this Samantha that we're talking about, laundered by Sammy. Her business name is laundered by Sammy.
So her business is what?
Laundered by Sammy on Instagram and Facebook.
Laundered, which means laundry.
Yes, like
laundry,
for air instead of clothes.
So I stopped work with someone I used to work with in Ikeja. So I was actually in need of a job. So that very fateful month, my sister did an operation. So I needed money for myself to feed myself because I actually came to stay with someone in Lagos. I left Ibadan to search for solace in Lagos. So she did operation. So someone actually sent me different pictures of an ad on Instagram that look at where they are looking for stylist. So she sent me that one,
Are
which
you a
is
stylist?
yes, ma.
Yes.
So which is this laundered by Sammy. So I actually called the phone number. So I was asked to show up, which I did show up. So
They did not come.
when I got there, we talked. She asked me about the works I know how to do. I mentioned the things I do. Then we talked about payment option and days of working. So we agreed to work from Monday till Saturdays in the afternoon because I have to go to church to clean. So on Sunday is always a free day for me. So we resume back on Monday. So immediately my sister actually finished her surgery on I can't remember the time she finished her surgery. So I had to leave the hospital there. I left my sister there. I left that my sister there with her mom. They were even telling me that I should not go to this job, that their mind does not support me going to the job. But I insisted that as a guy, I want to go and work, that I need to make money. I need to go. So I left home. I left at the hospital then. So I resumed work. And aforementioned before that time, we actually agreed on during when we were talking about payment option, we agreed on salary, which was 50,000 naira. So because and then we did not have any agreement like in black and white, whether written or any form that oh this is what you'll be earning and this is what she didn't ask for my guarantor's form, she didn't ask for any information from me. But because I was eager to start work, I started the work. So when I actually got there on Monday, the first thing she told me was she won't be able to do salary again, that she will switch to commission for me. I was like, but it was salary we agreed on Saturday that I came. She said no, that it is commission she will do. She convinced me that if I can do commission, if I can work very well, that I'm going to get enough money for myself at the end of the month. Okay, I felt since I was in need of a job, I was desperate. I had to proceed with the job. So I started working with her for every 4,000 naira job, which is washing of wigs. My own commission on the 4,000 is 500 naira. But for rewigging of the year and washing it, it is 9,000. My commission over that 9,000 is 1,500 naira. That very first week, I came home, I told my people, they all told me that this work does not pay. That how much is 1,500 over a job of 9,000 naira? That how much is 500 naira out of 4,000 naira? I said I will do it. That she said if I can work at a very faster pace, at the end of the month, I'll get something good for myself, of which I don't have a dime on me when I was starting that work. So I was working with her, working with her. It was towards the end of the month, the first month, a customer came in that very night. So they had this heated argument that she wants to collect her hair. Meanwhile, I started working with her in the month of June. And this customer brought those hair in the month of February. I have not started working with her. So they actually have this heated argument, which I even help her as my boss. I even told the customer that, oh, we are sorry, we'll look for the hair and stuff like that. We agreed. They didn't even agree to something. And the lady said she was traveling out of the country that very time, that she does not know when she will come back. So she actually resolved to the point that she's actually going to search everybody's property, everybody's luggage, which she did. She could not find anything. And when we were actually having a
You guys
discussion,
are living there.
yes,
Yes,
we
she
lived there.
provides
She provided accommodation.
accommodation.
So the lady left that very night. The second day, she searched everybody's load. We couldn't find. And before that time, there have been a lot of issues. They will say this air miss, this closure miss. That's before I come. There are some little things I used to miss. So the lady left that very night. She said she's traveling. So she came. She said she will not pay anybody until the lady comes back. The first thing that actually triggered me was that this lady said she's leaving the country and she does not know when she will come back. And this is my very first month of working with you, of which this very air they are talking about has been brought since February, and they have worked on this hair before I come. And these hairs have been kept in the store even before I come. So I'm not supposed to be involved. I'm supposed to get paid. I calmed down. I didn't say anything. So before that time, we actually worked for her during that June. That was when the Iliya festival happened. We worked for 2 days straight, non-stop. We did not sleep. We did not sleep. I was even drinking Gary now. She didn't even ask me, how are you surviving since you started this work and this is the end of the month? I'm not paying you. She didn't even feel any sign of empathy. Okay, agreed. We continue working in good hope and faith. I continue working that okay, maybe she will pay me very soon. But because of the issues she has been, a lot of things has been happening, and my mental health cannot power it again. I was even planning in my mind that I'm going to leave this job very soon. So she said everybody she's going to deduct 20,000 or 25,000 from our salary. And how much have I worked for as at then? I've worked for maybe just 30,000 naira. I was not like, if you deduct 20,000, 25,000 from what I have worked for, what do I have left? Nothing. That means I just came to waste my time here and my effort. So I actually continued working through to the month of July before my colleagues, Theresa and Adijat, they left on Sunday. So she said, so, and the agreement we had when I wanted to start work before my man go, she told me she's going to get me the equipment that I'll be using to work, and she'll be deducting it from my salary every month, maybe 80,000 or whatever she can deduct. At the end of the day, when I've paid for everything, it is for me. I can take it whenever I'm leaving. That was the agreement, and that was what she told. I'm sure that was what she
Is it
told.
that you people cannot afford the equipment?
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Are
don't
they that expensive?
No, they are not
No,
expensive.
expensive.
A
By
week
how
stand,
much? I'm
a
not
week,
asking
a week stand can cost about 8,000 naira.
you.
A dummy head is maybe 3,500. A straightener for straightening wig to make it straight can cost about maybe 8,000. Max, if it's original, 10,000 naira. And hand dryer, maybe 7,000, 8,000 too. So when they were leaving, I was not around. I went home for a layer too. So when I would come back, they told me they had left. And Esma, truth be told, as co-workers, normally we will have rapport. We always talk among ourselves, oh, me, I'm leaving, I won't be able to get this work. And you don't expect me to come and meet you as the CEO that my colleagues, and it's not that I'm a snitch or it's not in my own line of duty, it's none of my business. So they left. So when I came on that side, I was like, so they've gone. So she came back on that Monday. She said they left with all of her equipment, that if she says she wants to start pursuing this case now, that she will just abandon her business and a lot of things will go wrong. Okay, said she's not pursuing the case again, that she will just continue. And truth be told, she got some new equipment, a hand dryer, a straightener, and she said she will still get some. Then she didn't even buy for me. It was the ones I even met there that was using to work. She has not even bought for me. So it was on a fateful Thursday morning. She went. I just saw that she woke up in the morning. I was working. She went. I've never seen her leave early in the morning to go out. So she came back that very morning. She picked this lady. Two police officers came with her, a woman and a man. So immediately they picked her. Esma, everything I'm going to say here, I'm going to say whatever is my fault and whatever it is that I did. I'm not going to lie because I've already moved on before this Doris lady that was mentioned actually came back to say this lady was the culprit, the complainant was the perpetrator. So that woman, they arrested her. Immediately they arrested her, I picked my phone and I messaged her, Theresa, on phone that they have come to arrest Dara. If you guys have the equipment with you, or you not just come back and return everything to the police station. I have the chat, it is with me. I asked her, I said, if they call you, will you answer? She said yes, that it is who did something wrong that would not answer. The chat is there, chat cannot lie. And before that time, I remember I had mentioned to she that they should clear our chat because I don't know, I was just having this insecurity that she's going to come for me. So she came back, she arrested her and she left. So they came back again. She called me and the other David. Me and that David was the only guy that was working with her. So she called us. Dara's parents was there. Dara's mom and her boyfriend was there already. So she requested for me and David's phone. So I was like, since I don't have anything, I'll keep it. This is my, and I gave her my phone. Normally, I'm not supposed to hand her my phone. It's not her property. She does not have the right to check my WhatsApp. I know my, if not, but because she's my boss, I gave it to her. I honor that. So she opened my WhatsApp. She saw my chat with them. Immediately, she put a call to the police that I was giving them information to run away. On that spot, I didn't even stand up or make a move that I want to run away. She called the police that they should come and pick me, so that she has seen the person that was giving them information, of which when they were at the station, she had already looked for a way to use this girl to trace Teresa. But I think Teresa had known because I had told Teresa that, oh, they are coming, they have arrested Dara, will you go and answer? And she said she will answer, she will return whatever she has taken. Fine, she arrested me. They actually took my statement. And what I was hearing all around from all the police that were there was it was conspiracy and stealing. I could not argue, I could not say anything. Fine, I've made the mistake of messaging her that, oh, they've come to arrest Dara. Everything is in the chat. That will you go and answer? She said yes. So they actually locked me up in the cell. So for the first day, so it was the second day I had access to my phone. So the woman called us out. She gave us phone that we should call whoever we know we can call. I called my auntie that actually just finished the operation. She said she cannot come, that the suture is there, they are not losing it. I was hopeless, I don't know who to call. So the whole police, everybody around there was already supporting her that, oh, it's conspiracy and that we do not like her and that she actually helped us get her. I told them, I said, We did not request for an accommodation for her. She offered us accommodation because many of our staffs, many of us would come from the mainland. So you know we have to live with you. We cannot be going from I live in K2, I cannot go from K2 to Ajah every day. So that is why you offered us accommodation. It's not as if maybe we asked for it and you gave it to
Or you
us.
don't have accommodation.
Yes, or we don't have accommodation. So the police actually they actually gave her my phone. They went to print out all my chats. They did a photocopy. They created so
Buy
they
what you want to buy.
so they created a case file. So they actually started the case. So they were actually so the police woman, the inspector, she actually she I think she later understand that this case is just a case of misunderstanding among every one of us. That she asked what Samantha's age is. We told her. She asked what that she was like, why it seems like why is she doing like that? Sometimes she will be at our mercy, sometimes she will be on our side. I don't know what has happened between her and Samantha. I don't know the conversation they have had. So we were locked up. I called my auntie. My auntie called her to beg her. She did not listen. She said until she transferred the case to Ikeja, and she sent me to prison that if these two of them would not come. I was really scared that this thing I know nothing about it. The only thing I did she took and come and bail this girl out. Okay, fine. They called my mom. So my mom was already planned. My mom stays in Ibadan. Remember I said from the beginning of this conversation that I left Ibadan to come to Lagos and come and hustle. So they called my mom, my dad, my family. My mom and my dad had to leave Ibadan to come to Lagos to come and bail me. My mom's friend had come. My auntie now called her and tell her, I think one of our lawyer friends told her that this boy is just a suspect. You don't have any right to detain him for more than 24 hours. So that was when she was now afraid. She now told, I think she was the one that even told my mom and my dad. They had already came from Ibadan to go and meet her in Aja at Ibadan to go and I will leave my money, but she did not hear. So they went to the police station. My mom and I begged the police people, so they agreed to my bail. I don't know how much they actually charged for the bail.
Your mom paid for the
Yes, they paid for the bail, so I don't know how much it was. So they released me. So they said they would actually look for a way to trace Teresa and Adija. So that was how I left.
Bring his phone.
My phone is in that bag, that tote bag. You see my thing there. So that was how I actually left. So the police actually said it that because I actually was intruding in what does not concern me, and I've already seen what my eyes have want to see. They have already detained me for 3 days, and which I do agree. I told everybody was
Then you also for
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they said once the case is Monday, they will transfer it to Ikeja, and it is a court case already. There's nothing that can be done. So they bailed me. I think it was on no, that was that bag. The one that has the pink one. So they bailed me. So that was how I left. So my salary, the policewoman, the inspector, she actually promised to help us get that since I already gotten my own punishment, that she cannot let the woman cheat on us like that. That she's going to help us get our salary. Fine, I left the whole salary thing, and because she too she said that she knows that I cannot steal. Then the policeman said they know that I did not steal, but my own was just the fact that I actually okay, yes, here's my phone. They actually intruded in what does not concern me.
call your mom. I want to know how much your mom used to.
Okay, man.
They charged me for bail.
How much did they collected for your bill?
Hmm?
Who paid for your bill?
My boss,
Hmm?
my new boss.
How much did your new boss pay for your bill?
I don't know, like 30,000.
30,000.
If I want to buy cars on my account,
Hi, so I pay for bill.
so can I continue what I'm saying? So it's fine.
Continue.
So they paid for the bill, they bailed me out, so I left the job. I did not ask for my money, I did not
Bring
request for
office phone.
I did not ask for my money.
In fact, bring their phone.
So I did not
Inside
request
my bag, that black bag.
so I did not request for the money. My mom said I should leave everything to God, that since they settled the case. So I left the whole thing. So it was now, I think day before yesterday, I've already gotten a new place of job. I've moved on with my life. I don't have anything to do with Sam again. So she called that lady, the Doris they mentioned.
Call your mom.
Okay, ma. With this phone, ma. Okay, ma. So the Doris called me. So immediately the Doris called me because the Doris was one of the people she called in front of all the DPO and everybody there. Okay.
So, can I say something?
Why is she not picking up? You write the number. Go ahead.
Okay, so my mom told me then that I should not actually involve myself in anything, that since the woman refused to pay the money and the police has already said they will collect the money for us. And she said it is until, I think she said until she arrests this particular lady, because then they actually agreed to something, that the equipment they left with, that they are going to bring them back with a dispatch rider. Since they could not show, they could not get them, but they did not get them. I think she sent her home, but she did not send her, but at least they collected my bill because she had sent her home. And she told them then that what were the things that were stolen, that they took. She said everything was up to 7, of which everything, truth be told, that we have up there, if I can remember, was 4. And extra one, I think that one is spoiled, so it was 4. I was using one, she's using one, Teresa is one, and David is using one. So he said everything cost 1.5 million, of which all these things are not even up to that. But the police said since she's the complainant, whatever she said is her own, is her, whatever she said is the number, it is number, that I should not say anything, that I should not. So they called this Doris girl that actually brought out this whole thing. Then in the front of all the police officers, that how many things were taken by the people that left. And they already said the exact thing, that it was 4 things they took. So she was not like, are you sure that was all they took? And of which she expect her to say 7. I don't know, whatever they had conspired back in office. So then she shall drop the call. So the police settled the matter that she should just calm down till they get Adijat.Theresa. So they actually repented the case. So I moved on. I left my salary. I left everything I've worked for. I've seen a new job. So it was not day before yesterday. This Doris that she called then, that was her PA, that was close to her, that was actually telling her that it was this Doris that now called me. Yes, my immediately she called me on phone. Thank God something came to my mind that I should record the conversation, because she has not called me since then. So Doris called me and told me that it was this same our boss that actually started all these old things, that actually stole those things that they claim to have been stolen. I was not still trying to, before that call, I was still telling her that, are you sure? Because me, I've already moved on. She has already gotten what she wanted. There's nothing. She said she is sure that it was in front of all her other staffs that she was saying it was because the loan, the debt was too much on her. So I actually recorded that conversation, sent it to my auntie, sent it to all other people that actually knew what happened there. So my auntie was like, I should just calm down, that she will look for a way to get through to
You
us.
mind yourself, don't drop any political this thing here to avoid being blocked. If I see that again, I will block you.
Okay.
I've deleted your 2 comments. If you drop it again, I'm going to block you. Go ahead.
So immediately she my sister said I should just leave her alone, that she will make sure she call her. So my sister called her. She said she recorded the conversation, but she with Samantha, that Samantha does not know who was talking. That she called her with another number. But I said she didn't do anything, know that she was not owing anybody money or something. So she dropped the call. So I think one of us now came up with the fact that I should create a group, and everybody that she actually locked up in prison, everybody should listen to the conversation and give their verdicts whether they want to proceed to collect their money or not. And then the thing she said was, if she has arrested her, she has collected her equipment from her, if she, of which she has already arrested her, I didn't even ask her, I didn't, because I heard, I didn't ask her, I didn't say anything, and she has already been paying. So she didn't still take that further step that, oh, let me pay this boy's salary. She didn't pay it. So, and she was the one that even kept the air with some of our other staffs then. Because I remember when I was having a conversation with my friend was like, when I wanted to start this job, the mistake I made was she did not have a black and white agreement with me a documented agreement that, oh, this is the salary, this is your house address. None of us, none of the staffs have any information about us, because the police asked her in my presence then that, do you have information of all this stuff? These people that left, that you say they took your things, do you have their information? She said no, that she does not have their information, that because it's an agent that used to bring people. I don't know about that, because me, I came as an individual. So that was how, that was close to her. I sent the conversation to everybody. So that was why everybody now agreed that we should not go back to the police, because the police, we can't really trust them, because they actually proposed to help us collect our money back, which they did not. So they said we should actually go to the human rights. So that is why we are here to go, man.
When spoke,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
are you a graduate?
I dropped out of the Polytechnic department for mass communication in 2018 because my sponsor died. So I dropped out.
Sure. You know you have to go back to school. What you are doing, see that work hard, except maybe anybody that may be page here. You are, you are so comfortable, and I don't think it would be right for you not to proceed. Yes, it's good. You have a handwork, something you can rely on. You can actually be in school and still be doing that and be studying like you that are in school, uh, and they are still engaged with one handwork or the other. Even if it's part time, ensure you further your education. I'm pleased with you, but my heart bleeds for what some of you are. Adijat, go back.
Okay, ma'am.
You confirm from your mom how much she paid the police. Are you aware of how much your
30,000.
madam 30,000?
Yes, ma'am.
You collected 30,000 from your boss
Yes. I also
for your bill.
yes, ma'am.
How much did you pay?
30,000 and the IPO collected 5,000 and separate.
IPO collected five. Family paid 30,000 to bail
Yes.
for bail. Who did they give the money specifically in the police station? The DPO
The
or who?
IPO.
The IPO.
Yes.
Who did your sponsor give your
The
IPO? You also arrested.
No,
What is your involvement?
I wasn't involved in the matter, right? I left before the whole incident started.
Hmm?
I left before the whole incident started.
So why are you here?
It's
Why
not
the,
of my salary, she's owing. Okay, my name is Holy Joy. So I started working with her 1st of February 2022. So where I saw the ad was on Instagram. So I
can you
messaged,
speak up?
okay, it was on Instagram. Then I messaged her, they responded, and she told me the policies and all that about ventilating. So it was ventilating department I applied for. And she told me some of our policies and all that. And she told me particularly for the ventilating that there will be a training that will take place for 4 weeks. So anybody that wants to like be in ventilating department, which we made closures, frontal, fillets, and all that. So and I told her that I'm not a newbie. It's okay styling because I was working as a grader before. And I also have the experience and I also make clothes for myself. So before I started working with her. So I asked her if it was necessary for me to undertake to enroll for the training for the 4 month for the 4 weeks. And she said no, that since I'm new to the field, that I can start working directly. There's no need of going through the training, which I started. Then I went there on the 1st of February. Went there. The only thing they showed me was just the method of how they work with. And I started working. But initially, very first person there in ventilating department. Before I started working, undergo training for maybe 4 weeks. Then within that 1 month, she will pay you salary, not commission. So
So she will pay you some of 20,000, which she will give the agent 10,000, then the remaining 10,000 will be for the employee. But she didn't do that for me because I didn't come through an agent, I came by myself. So I started working as commission. I started collecting my commission the
How
first
much
day.
is she owing you? Because you are not encouraging me this thing. How
She's
much is
owing
she
me
owing?
70,000
For how many months?
for a month. For a month, yeah.
Why is
So
a
what?
month?
Because I started working with her from February, and I stopped June. She stopped me from working with her. So she owed me. She paid for 3 months, which was in May. That's when she paid.
And why did she stop you?
So this day we were cracking jokes. So this her BA Doris was with
Okay,
us
go ahead.
then. So I cracked the joke, then she twisted the joke and told her something else the following morning, because we were asked to write is that attendance or something? Attendance. So
Call back later.
I didn't write it because of the statement Doris made. So Doris now she now used the joke against me. She went and tell the PM, the CEO, and other thing. Then she got angry and she told me to pack my things and leave. And I asked her for my salary. She said she will send it over to me when she has this salary. And that was the early June. So close to month ending, I sent her I called her and I asked for the money, that this is month ending and that when am I going to get my money. She now said I should send my details on WhatsApp. Then I have the list of the work I did with me. Then I send everything to her on WhatsApp. So she now started acting funny that she's going to like deduct training fee.
What is your mother's Instagram name?
Laundered by Sammy. We work for the same person.
Londa
By
by
Sammy on Instagram and on Facebook.
Londa by Stanley. That is what it says. Say the Instagram is Londa by Stanley.
Wonder.
Laundered by Sammy.
Londa by
Stanley,
Stanley.
yes.
No space in between. All together.
So I wrote out the work I've done for her and I sent it to her.
Modesta, go ahead. We'll come to that. Modesta, you can reach me on 33024550. What is your name?
Salami Khalid Samuel.
Okay, Samuel, any of you, I just say something that you had what you had the story and all that. And if this boy happened to be a younger one, definitely you encourage him to further his education other than engaging in this hair making. He is he's quite outspoken. His English is very composed, and I believe you heard him saying his sponsor died. So anyway, you want to encourage him in whichever way. You can call on 08033202450 because I see some of you comment that you are willing to help. Modesta said they want to support you with 5,000 and other person also. So please, we can still touch that before we finally leave. Go ahead.
Okay, so she started asking for me after when I sent her the list of the work I've done for her. She said that she's going to like deduct the training fee. And I told her that I didn't undergo the training, I didn't enroll for the training, that I started commission the first day I came, that the only thing they showed me was just the method, the arrangement of the work. So she now said that she's going to deduct money, or she will charge
So
me to
eventually
court.
what happened?
She said she will charge me to court over my salary. So and I left her. I didn't say anything to her. So by July, I reached out to her again. That it's been 2 months and she didn't say anything about my salary, and she didn't say anything. And we also work on a show they did then. So we work for her. She was supposed to pay us. She didn't pay. So including the work I did on the show and the work I did in my office before I left. So I did everything together up to now. So I've been decided to like come and report before, but I've not been chance. So since they brought up the case, I said I should use the opportunity to like come and make a complaint about my everything.
Come on. Were you among the people they locked up?
No, ma'am. Okay.
You worked there.
Yes, ma'am.
So how long did you work there?
2 years.
And why did you leave there?
Same payment issues.
How? If she
Okay,
was not paying, how did you work there for 2 years?
I I worked there for 2 years because most time when you work with someone for long, you should understand when there's no much work. So if she tells you there's no money at this time, you should be able to bear with her. That okay, since there's no money, no problem. When there's money, she will pay. Okay, I started work 16th of July 2020. That's during I think that was when almost the pandemic was almost over. A friend sent me the link because then I was looking for a job because there was nobody was working then. So instead of sitting back home doing nothing, I chatted her up and she said okay that since there was vacancy, I can come. I stay in Agbara. So all the way from Agbara, I came down here to Aja. Then she was staying at Thier.
Tell go ahead.
So
Tell
I
Grace to
came for the
prepare invitation
interview.
letter for this woman.
She said okay, since I was bold
Fast,
enough
fast,
and all
fast.
that, I was fine for the job. So we
Against Thursday.
concluded I was going to start work the following week, of which I did. I resumed work the following week, 16th of July 2022. When I started the work, it was in her house.
You say you worked there for
2 years.
2 years. You say you started work 2022. How did
Sorry,
you
2020, July 2020. Started work in her house, in her dining section. Because then I think she said her former shop at Majek got burnt. So she had to move back home to start all over again. Then her former staff left. So I started work with her. That 2022,
good evening?
we worked there all through. Then she got an apartment along at the road in Ajah there, close to Echo Bank. That was where we moved, a two-bedroom flat. They will start working there. Still, like every time when it's time for her to pay salary, she always finds one reason or the other
Okay,
not
so I
to
will put
pay
the account number
the
there.
salary. She's always like trying to cut your
Very
maybe to tell you customer return here, you're going to pay for the delivery, or you're going to pay for the pickup and all that. So even that 2020, a lot of things happened, even with the former staff and all that, even with the fact that it was even a period she was meant to pay salary. It was not like there's this hair she's looking for a bundle that she colored a grey hair and she's not going to pay if that hair was not found. I think a few days later, one of her PA then saw the hair and was like, Miss Sammy, you are the one that would have kept this hair here. You're the only one that have access to this place. And she was like, no, that she was not the one and all that. So after that, anyway, she paid salary. So this year, we moved to a bigger place at Baduri, Greenfield Estate. We started work since January. Though December, she didn't even pay complete. Because I guess she felt maybe to make most of us will not resume work because of her attitude and all that. So this year, she paid that bill, she paid that salary when we resumed work January. So the commission we worked from January, she owed me for 5 months then. January, February, because she paid according to names, according to that, yeah, vertically. She paid me, I think she paid me May. And out of that 5 months, she just paid 3 months. And I left there July. I left because I think 7th or so. I left because that week I left. The customer came on a, I think on a Tuesday or so, and was like, she wants to come and collect her hair. And we're like, which hair is she looking for? So I even came down, and it happened that the hair has been with us since February this year. And the customer care had to go through the hairs that were in the store, and we couldn't find the hairs there. We just found 3 of the hairs there instead of 6 hairs. So the customer made troubles that night and everything, and she left. Then on a Thursday after morning devotion, though previous workers have already gone to meet her for payment and all that, she now made a statement that morning that no animal should come and meet me for any payment or whatsoever till whenever you are ready. If you can't wait for us to sort out this hair issue, you can pick your things and leave. Then whenever we are done sorting out these hair issues, we can now send you your balance. The change, that was the exact word, the remaining change. So I just concluded within my mind that I left home I left home because I was coming to work. Nobody's feeding me here. I'm the one feeding myself and all that. I can't be here just working every day and I'm not receiving money. So how am I going to pay? So I just said that Thursday I was going to leave. So that Thursday evening, she came upstairs and was like, there are a lot of hairs that are yet to be picked. I was head stylist there, like HOD for my own department, that's styling section. And she was like, why are these hairs still here? So I told her that they are not much. I'm the only fast one within the hairs. Even Samuel too, also weeks there, but he's not that fast. So I was able to do the ones. It was like she was like the hairs here are too much, so she has to be with us that night. Make sure we wig that hair. No problem. She was like I was going to wig. I think 2 hairs, and every other person was going to wig one hair. Sorry, two hairs. I was going to wig three hairs. And I'm like, I can't wig three hairs that night. It was already 7 p.m. I tried to do agree with that. I said the first one. I was like, Miss Sammy, please, my gas is empty. Can I go and fill it? When I get back, I will still wig these three hairs this night. She was like, am I trying to tell her that the food I want to go and cook is more important than her customers' hair? That what am I trying to tell her? I said, either I go out and go and buy what to eat. I thought I don't like buying food. I don't even have the money to buy food. She didn't ask if I have money because after she paid me out of 5 months, she paid me just 3 months. She didn't even pay complete and left the other ones. So I think that night I tried told her I couldn't that I wanted to go and beg her and she refused. So I just stayed back angrily. I was like, I can't leave that night. I can't tell her I'm stopping work. Let me just do the work she said to do. And that was it. So I stayed back. I didn't say anything all through that night. I just read the hair. She was there. And the following day, she came to wake us up very early in the morning, being Friday. And she was like, we should push all staff son up and start working. The heads need to go and order that. Customers are asking for their heads. If she's not here, maybe we won't be active doing the work. So she didn't even ask, okay, Kerry, is that if I finished that work that day, I think around after 1 a.m. in the night. That was when I finished work that day.
The three.
Yes, I put the three heads that night. After work, I had to go and take oats because that was the only thing I had with me. I had to just take oats to bed. She didn't ask the next day, were you able to fill your gas very early in the morning? Did you eat anything? She just said, let's start work. That Friday we started work. I didn't say anything. I still didn't say anything. I was just still going over the reminiscing over the whole thing that happened previously. So I think that Friday after the whole work issues and all that, I kind of noticed her mood towards me. Like her countenance towards me just changed and she was just very long faces for me. So I think on Saturday, that's 3 days after after the whole issue of being at saying she's not going to pay anybody. On that Saturday morning,
Modesta is
I got
Access Bank and the human rights defender and access to justice.
on that
That's what
Saturday
you find
morning,
there.
I was okay. She called me that Saturday morning that there are these two hairs that the customer care forgot to give you. Please help me wash them so that they can add it to the today's delivery. I said okay. I picked the hairs. I went downstairs, but we still upstairs. The store where we keep the hairs is downstairs, where the ventilators are, close to the kitchen. So I went downstairs. I to her room. I picked the hairs. I went to wash it close to the well. When I was done, I had to blow dry the hair because it had to leave that morning. I had to blow dry the hair. I was styling the hair. When somebody came to tell me that, do you know that Sammy is planning to sack me? I'm like, what did I do? I've been with her for 2 years, so why would she just sack me all of a sudden? And I've been with you when you don't have, and when you started like from your mother's dining section, I've been with you all through. When you don't have anything, I'm always there, like, okay, let me sure I understand that she's my boss. I can't say I don't even want to go home. I just want to work and like get something and start my own. So I just felt, why would she want to sack me all of a sudden without no reason? Or is it because she's still angry that I said I wanted to go and fill my gas? So I just felt this whole thing, instead of her to sack, to tell me you are fired, Theresa, it's better I should just pick my things and leave. So that's what I tried to don't tell her that I didn't make her know that I knew the information already that she was about sacking me. So I just worked on the two hairs. After working on the two hairs, I packed it, stapled them, tagged them, and I gave her. Because after those hairs gone missing, she packed the hairs to her room. Every other hair in the store to her room. So I stapled those hairs, tagged them, and I carried those hairs to her room and gave her. And she was like, thank you. And I left. But still, she didn't know I had the idea that I knew her intentions of she's sacking me. After working for 2 good years, I don't know whether her intention was after maybe if she fires me all of a sudden, she has some other people that were going to keep working for her. Then I think that Saturday it rained all through. So maybe she couldn't tell me that, oh yeah, I'll pick your things and leave. That kind of thing. So that Sunday, I went home because I myself was able to get a place at Ajah along that road. So I went home that Saturday evening after the rain. Then came back Sunday. I booked a ride. I booked Uber. I went back there. I just picked my cylinder, my food plastic, and I picked my small bag that I keep there. Because most times we walk late at night, so I can't be going home that late. It's risky. So what I do, I just put my things there. So whenever I'm not going home, I have something to change to work. So when I left that Sunday, some of the staff were like, "Are you part going?" I'll be like, I can't stay anymore. I'm going. Have you called Miss Sammy? We're like, I will call her as I'm going. She will find that. They're like, okay, no. She even therefore helped also to carry our things and put into the trunk, into the boot of the car of the Uber. But when on my way, I've not even gotten to the estate gate. When she called me, I didn't pick the call. So and I sent her a message that I have resigned. I'm no longer working. She now sent me a voice note. The voice note is even still on her phone. My phone is bad. Though I had to forward the voice note immediately in case of anything. She sent me a voice note that Theresa, you and Dija, that's Adijat, decided to leave without telling her that how dear me and all that, that she is going to accuse us of the, that's just both of us, of the missing hair, of the three missing hairs. That's what I can play the voice note for you. Of the three missing
And
hairs.
she's going to accuse you.
Yes,
So
that's
did you
what she
play that
said.
to the police?
Ma?
No, they don't know I still have it. Just listen,
We
please.
were
Ma.
not even allowed.
They don't even know I have it. Because after she sent that voice note, I didn't reply her. I just kept quiet. So I now typed a proper resignation letter on WhatsApp and sent to her. Then she now deleted the voice note. She now replied me, Teresa, I know you're not going to do anything to implicate yourself. I know you cannot do anything. And I know you cannot do anything wrong, that you can't pick anything that is not your own. That was her, those were her exact words. I'm going to miss you, this, that. Remember, I was like, I wish I can say the same too, because I was just bearing her just to save up and leave. So that was on a Sunday, all these things happened. And on Monday afternoon, she just called me and was like, hello, Teresa, the tools you picked, did you pay for anyone? I'm like, Mr. May, when started this work, I started with 30,000 naira. That's at 2020 when I started work. I started with 30,000 naira salary. Without even minding how I'm going to, whether the money does not fit me or not, I don't even mind. I don't want to leave home and start something doing. And she was like, I started with 30,000 naira. Before 2021, she now said, okay, it's better. Okay, that 2020, we had new staff because some of them I met there left. I was just the only old staff there. Other staff came to meet me. This 2020, she made a new rule that she's going to start paying commission. And we're like, okay, how much are you going to pay for this commission? She was like, per styling, she charges 4,000 naira. Per styling, she needs to pay 500 naira per styling.
In addition to your salary.
No, 500 naira for each hair she charges the customer 4,000. You're going to get a commission of 500 naira. If it's wig making, you're getting 1,000 naira.
So how many times did you make 500 naira in a week?
It as fast. No, it's based on how fast you are. Most times there's no work, so you're just there. So if there's no work and you see any work, like you have to just pick hairs and make sure you work because you know you're working. It's based on whatever you do. This is not salary, so you can't even relax. You can't just relax. So I think after this whole so when I left, she called me that Monday morning. I was like, the tools I picked, did I pay for anyone? I thought that our agreement was whenever you, the new rule you made was
Thank you, Modesta.
The real-
Because you are not confusing me.
the new rule she made was when you start work, you're going to you're going to get you all your tools. That was the agreement. I'll get you. She asked me, can I get you all your tools? I said yes. She was like, I'm going to be deducting it from your monthly income. I said okay, I accepted.
What you pick, are they for you or for the salary?
It's an agreement. I'm going to get you these tools. And as I'm paying
What and
you,
what did you pick?
I left with my wig stand, money which I know I paid for in the year 2021. That was when I paid for that too. That was last year. My wig stand,
How
mannequin head. Wig stand was 8,000. Mannequin head of 8,000. My straightener 8,000 naira and my tongue, that's the coiler, 8,000 naira, 7,000 naira. That was what I left. So she calling me, I was like, you stole this, you stole that. Then if I didn't pay for them, it means I stole. I was like, and the clipper was the missing hair. That should not like the hairs that are missing. I'm going to, if I want to return anything, but from the chat, I sent a message on WhatsApp that I did steal because she had to bang the call away. That I sent a message that I did steal these tools. I only collected this because due to our agreement, you agreed you're going to be deducting this money. So that was why I took it that since you are still owing me, deduct it from the money you're owing me. She was owing me started 97,300 naira. There's a show we went for Nigeria Hood Red at Alen Ikeja here. We came to work, we started the hairs and all that, and she didn't pay us. She didn't pay us for them for the first time we went for the show. She didn't pay us for the first time we went for the show. The second styling again we went for their finals. She didn't pay us up to date. She has not paid anything. When they were arrested, I sent my tools because the inspector called me out. Inspector Abiodun, she called me. I was like, I have to return those tools for them to be bailed out. So I returned those tools through a dispatch, leaving her a note that this is the reason why I'm returning these tools. And I listed the things that they were inside the package. My wig stand, mannequin head, a black pin, Okay, I didn't return clipper because she finally agreed I paid for my clipper. So every other thing, I returned those things to her. Still, that she was going to pay the salary. That after I returned those things and release the two people that were arrested, she didn't release them or anything. Only for me to get news like few days back about this she being the one behind the missing hairs. That's all.
Give me the IQ number. Come bring the phone.
He said
Don't worry, I have it there. Don't worry.
we have the same IPO.
Write this one. Write the number now. Give me the phone.
This number. This customer care.
What is
Inspector Abby.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Where's the case file?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Give me the case file.
Good afternoon. What am I speaking with?
You are speaking to Mrs. Solushola from the Office of the Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice Office in Kenya.
Okay, ma'am.
We got a complaint from five young girls and a boy in our office. On a,
5 years.
can you excuse yourself from the noisy place so that you can
Okay.
get to this?
Okay, let me. So you answer that. Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, just like I said, my name is Queen Mrs. Solushola from the Office of the Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice in Kenya.
Okay, ma'am.
We got complaint from four girls and a guy, a young guy here in our office, who was working with one lady called Samantha, who reported in your office that they left her place of work without proper resignation, and three of them said you locked them up. They spent 4 days at the police station on a ground that the woman alleged that they left without proper resignation, and that they made away with her tools. And in that course, they were detained for 4 days there. And the youngest one among them was compelled by you in your office that they should undertake to pay the sum of 50,000 every month, based on the woman allegation that 1 point something million worth of item was missing from her place. And among them also, each of them that you detain in that place paid the sum of 30,000 naira to bail themselves out. And among them, the two ladies said you also collected the sum of 5,000 naira from her personally, outside the 30,000 that each of them paid to bail themselves out from your police station. And they have been receiving several threat calls that they must pay up 1.5 million or more. 1 point what? 1.5 million naira alleged against them by that Samantha. Though we are sending an invitation letter to her, and we actually need your presence in our office to clear this allegation as fast as possible.
Okay, ma'am. I don't want your name, ma'am, but I don't remember your name, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, number one of them is Samuel, the second person is Dara, the third person is Adijat, the fourth person is Theresa, and the fifth is Joy.
Teresa.
Theresa, Adijat, Dara, Samuel, and Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any of them, but I don't know Teresa. I don't know where it is. Sorry, I don't know the name. I don't know the name of the Teresa. There's a complaint here now. Hello, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay, there's a complaint here against them. 32 of them, two of them. That is Samuel, Adijat, and what is I've forgotten the name. Anyway, but those ones we are talking that they live Theresa and I don't know the names. I don't know the names we are talking about.
But you know
Hmm?
Samuel.
Hmm. Anyway,
Do you know Samuel?
I know someone.
Do you know Dara?
I know Dara.
Do you know Adijat?
I know Adijat. That is that person I went to education with.
Okay, you don't know who is Teresa.
I don't know Theresa. I don't know the name, but I don't know the name.
Okay. We are sending invitation letter against Thursday. We will avail you the address. Thier.
Is that one?
We have sent invitation letter to what's her name? Samantha already against
Yes,
Thursday. So they will send you the address via your phone so that we can hear from you.
we found my boss.
Yes, inform your boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found it. Let's go.
You will have to call Doris.
Yes.
Doris have to be in Lagos in this office on Thursday by 11 o'clock.
You are also coming along.
Of course.
Yes.
How would you come along? Are you not the one that led the
Yes.
Samantha? Yeah, we'll hear from her. Let's hear from her first. We'll apart from you.
Yeah.
We invite her and hear her own side of the story, and then police will tell us why they collected all that amount of money and why should they compel you to pay 1.5 million for somebody you are working for that never engaged you properly in any service you are working in that place. There is no employment later. Were you employed
No,
later?
I think
No appointment later, and you are working and she's owing you, and she still have to compel you to go and the right using police to write this thing. Give me a what is it called? Give me that phone first. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please communicate with your your DPO. You are working in a division or area command.
I'll call you back now. I mean, the division now.
Okay, please, if you are coming, come along with the money, whichever money they have transferred to your account. Peacefully come along with the money. They said they send they said they paid 50,000 naira to your
I don't know.
account.
I don't know what they are talking about with that money now. I don't know. I don't know their account is transfer money.
Okay, don't worry until you come.
Okay, madam.
Have it. They gave you who gave you the account number?
because no, it was my boss, it was my current boss that was standing as a shorty. So she was harassing me.
Who gave you that? Go
I
straight
sent
to
it
the
to
point.
you through WhatsApp.
Who gave you the account number?
She sent it to my boss. My
Who
boss
sent it to your boss?
The IPO.
Good and fine. Your boss have to. In fact, your boss should be here on Thursday. We need to see her on Thursday. They have the number that send her the account number,
Yes.
and the account number that they transferred the money to. We need to know. The person that paid them 30,000 naira at the police station. We need to see anybody that paid money to them on your behalf before they bail you out after 4 days. We need to see that person in our office. Briefly before we leave, for those of you that are willing to support Samuel, I've dropped an account number 0105734306. That is human right account number. And please, whatever you are sending, indicate this is for Samuel's support. This young guy that we're seeing here. So that by the time we meet on Thursday, we'll be able to know whatever you have on ground that we can give to him and encourage him on what to do to further his education. He cannot just be a stylist. Let him go to school and finish up his education, because this as an activist need to study a professional course, either study law or any other professional course instead of being a stylist. Young girls, you can be a stylist. Very soon, husband will marry you. Let Samuel go and let Samuel go and be your lawyer ahead first. Even if you want to go and study your. He said, no, my son. I believe you can, because you take this step. Because I'm not going to say anything until the end of this case further. Okay? Yeah. And see how outspoken this youth is. You say they are lazy. Now they don't want to stay at home. They decided to be working. If I ask you to do hair 1,500 naira, you will not do. But you choose to go and stay with somebody that you want 500 naira hair, 1,500 naira, and at the end of the day, we don't pay you 6 of salary and all that. Eh? If I ask you to wash the hair now, you say, Madam, give me 5,000.
I don't want to do it.
Can you stand be doing here with 500 naira? Eh? And you are working for somebody. If you can work for 500 naira for somebody, it's enough for you to just if it's not homework, you can go on, make use of your social media in a better way and do hair for people. And you, even if you are not charging as high as that, provided it's your service they are using, you can do better.
This is where I work now, Blood Villa. This is a very better place. She provides loans, free internet. We have a lot of celebrities, people that come around. It's a place of opportunity. She even wants to know how I'm going to even further this my boss. You can even call her. She will tell you.
Yeah, you need to further. Nobody should use it because you are very intelligent. Further, if you have passion for that, yes, you can still study better course and you still establish what you have passion for. That doesn't mean you should not be try to be educated. Yeah, that you can define yourself properly. You must not want to matter, even if you know your right as an individual, you can stand on your ground and defend your rights. Even go to court without a lawyer, provided you know what you are saying. You must not quote law uh, to ask for your rights. Okay, started bank and then I think one other person called me. Before, please, we'll see once we are done with the case, we'll talk about the issue of Samuel. Please remember, if you are sending anything, indicate it for Samuel, the hairstylist. So after this, Samuel will style my hair, and all these people will do all right, see you on Thursday. Though this case might sound somehow, but this case might get to IG if you don't know. One, this is a case of extortion. This is a, you can hear that these ladies were locked up for 4 good days. 4 good days at the police station. That is another offense. You call it, if they call it criminal case, let them provide it. And the woman should provide that proof. We don't want to talk much until all the parties are in the house. So all we need is proper cooperation from both sides, both the Samantha and the police and everybody, so that this case will be settled amicably. Let their salary be paid. Whatever they have collected from them, they return it. Any amount they collect from them, both 30,000 for each person must be returned, 50,000 must be returned, and this woman must give a proof how 1 point something million started missing from her place of business. And hence we'll have other people that have other evidence. We'll deal with proof and evidence in this place. So let's not see much. See you on Thursday when we have all the parties in the house. God bless you and remain cool. I haven't seen the alert, Modesta. He said he sent 5,000 to Samuel, but I haven't. I've checked, I haven't seen. So please, and somebody called to say they will be sending 10,000 naira. Also, I have not seen. So please try so that we can encourage our lazy youth. We're lazy. Let's encourage them so that they won't be lazy, because it's the youth that will rely on when we grow old. So please, let's join hands. If you want to buy whatever they want to buy in anything, if you want to save into it, if you want to encourage him to go and get an admission anywhere, however you want to assist. Let's start from Sam. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your evening. Share.